Hi, I'm Olivia, and this is my self-evaluation vlog, starting off with how I felt during my conversation, before, during, and after. Before this conversation, I felt very nervous. I haven't done anything like this in college so far, even though I have dialogue conversation every day in healthcare with patients and with doctors. I was very nervous for this recorded conversation. During, however, in the first couple of minutes, I felt so comfortable. I could feel the conversation, having dialogue. My nerves definitely went down throughout the conversation, and after, I felt very relieved. I felt that I had done the requirements of the assignment, really focused on dialogue, and was able to have important questions and have the conversation flow. My one strength, I believe, was dialogue. I was able to rewatch my recordings, and even though I had maybe more direct questions, those direct questions led into dialogue. For example, I had asked a question about maintaining our horse's health, and then that led into our health, and that led into travel, and that was able to bring us into a whole nother topic of conversation. So I thought that really helped the conversation, was our dialogue. One thing I would like to work on is slowing down. When I was younger, I was in a lot of speech classes to slow down. My family says I talk like an auctioneer, and I don't know the last time I watched something and heard myself talk, and the first thing I thought of was, how do my patients ever understand what I am saying after watching my conversation video? I was very taken back by how fast I was talking, so that is definitely something I want to work on. My goal for next time, besides submitting this assignment correctly so that you can open it and everybody else can open it, I would really like to work on slowing down. I plan on watching some YouTube videos to focus on taking breaths when I talk. I don't necessarily do it out of nerves because I'm not nervous at work and I do it this fast, but I think it's just the way I talk. So that is something that I need to work on. It's just slowing down and really enunciating my words and focusing on what I am saying, honestly, so that it comes through clearly. The next one is how I would grade myself. For conversation management, I gave myself an average score. I thought that we had positive communication and we shared very good dialogue. However, the conversation was a little bit all over the place. I think I could have focused just on horse's health or just on our health on the road, kind of hit everywhere, and I think that kind of ran the conversation all over the place and didn't really narrow it down. For listening and nonverbal behaviors, I gave myself a 25. I thought that I responded nonverbally and was able to engage in the conversation, nod my head, agree with what he was saying without having to use any words. And the next one is asking questions. I gave myself an average. I asked a few questions that were more directed, like I said before, and not as many that were open-ended. So I think that was something that I could focus on when bringing on that dialogue conversation, is having a more narrow conversation to focus on, and I think that would help me do more open-ended questions and not direct questions. And lastly, the recording, I gave myself an average. I wish we would have opened up these curtains and had a little bit better lighting once I watched it back. And I think besides that, the angles were good and you could hear us clearly, but mainly the lighting is something that I would fix.